Good evening, I'm Mark Seal with your Lime Sports World. The Barbados Cricket Association has named a new skipper and a reserve skipper for the upcoming regional competition. And there's also a new management setup, which eliminates the post of team manager. All this was revealed in a news conference this morning, which was attended by CBC's Anne-Marie Burke.
The new skipper of the Barbados cricket team is Kirk Edwards. With Edwards currently on duty with the West Indies side, the man at the helm for the 50 overs competition in Guyana is Kenroy Williams. Williams has been knocking on the door for national duty for quite some time. An acting president of the BCA, Conde Riley, says his qualities of respectfulness, dedication and leadership earned him the pick. And although he may be a rookie among some of the other players, Williams is ready to take charge.
I believe that I will have the full support of the senior players. Most of them, me and them are pretty close, and I have no doubt that they will give me their support 100%. It's a big honor to lead Barbados team. What I can say is that I was well prepared to be a captain, from playing on the 15, leading on 19 side, going to Shell Academy and captain First Division. Whenever there's a Barbados A team, I'm always selected as captain. So I think the BCA have really developed my leadership qualities, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge.
With Edwards and Williams in the frame for skippers, what then is the story behind the demotion of former captain Ryan Hines? The BCA has denied it has anything to do with his personal troubles with the law, where he's currently on $2,500 bail for charges of assault, criminal damage, reckless driving, dangerous driving, driving without due care and attention, driving without reasonable consideration, and failing to report an accident. But the BCA is saying it has more so to do with him personally developing his game.
Any personal or field issues that Ryan Hines have had has nothing to do with this particular decision. You can quote me on that. What I can tell you right now is this. If you see Ryan Hines right now, you will observe that physically he's actually a different person, because he actually trains down here 4 days a week. We believe, and Ryan Hines believes, that he has every right to play for the West Indies again. He is, in my view, and I think in the view of our selectors, but I will let them speak for themselves, the best all-rounder in the Caribbean.
And with the aim of Barbados once again rising to regional supremacy, the BCA has put in place a new management structure.
We'll no longer use the traditional type of manager. We're going to have a position that will be termed team director. That person will be responsible not only for managing the team, but for the strategic planning and the on-field direction of the team. That person is Mr. Henderson Springer. As part of the team, the management team traveling, the chairman of selectors will be going to that tournament. And we have another new position, which has been encouraged by the West Indies Cricket Board, because the West Indies Cricket Board are actually providing funds to pay this person. We're taking with us a video analyst in the name of Mr. Ashby. What's his name? Rodney Ashby.
The team is expected to be chosen tomorrow following the final trial match, which is scheduled for the Pine Basin. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.
West Indies will open their ICC World 2020 Championship to be staged in Sri Lanka next year against Australia. The Windies will take on the Aussies on September 22nd at the Premadasa Stadium in the Sri Lankan capital of Colombo. The Caribbean side and the team from down under have been drawn in Group B, along with one of the 2 ICC associate affiliate nations that qualify for the tournament. West Indies faced that qualifier in the penultimate match of the preliminary round on September 24th at the Premadasa. The hosts will get the tournament off and running against Zimbabwe under lights at Hambantota. Meanwhile, the women's competition will again be played simultaneously with the men's tournament, as it was last year in the Caribbean. The group stages will take place in Galle, where West Indies women will meet last year's losing finalist, New Zealand, on September 26, and that'll be the first day of the women's matches. The West Indies women have been drawn in Group B alongside the Kiwis, hosts Sri Lanka, and a qualifier. A total of 42 matches, including 27 men's and 15 women's matches, will be played over 20 days, with the Primadasa Stadium hosting the finals of both competitions on October 7th. We'll take a break here, and when we come back with the Lime Sports World, it'll be basketball.
At Lime, we know that when it comes to the internet, it's not just about connecting to everything that matters in your life. It's also about connecting in the blink of an eye. See who's friended you on Facebook, or send a tweet, upload some photos, watch movies online, beat your friend's score, or even email Auntie Bertha. Lime high-speed internet, up to 8 megabits of high-speed internet. Lime, for living every day.
Lumber Company Lakers have retaken the lead of the BABA Premier League as the revolving door of the men's points table continues to turn. Lakers went into their game last night with co-operators General Insurance Combined Schools Tridents in a tie for third place, but the victory puts them on 28 points, and that's one ahead of a group of 3 other teams. With some of the Tridents not in uniform due to school restarting, Akeem Williams had to be shouldering some of the extra load. He had 25 points. And talking about work, Ricardo Jemmett, 17 rebounds and 18 points for the Lakers. Keith Burkett with the steal, and he keeps the defender at bay for the layup. He had 16. Tridents playing a 2-3 zone defense, and Lakers able to swing it fast enough for Adrian Allman to get a shot. He had 17. Mark Bridgman had to work for his shot, but his speed gets him the layup. He had 10 for the schoolboys, as the new scoreboard shows Lakers up 26-9 after the first quarter. You don't hear much about Jamario Grisette, top scoring for Lakers, but with the basket and the foul on this play, he had 10, as the lead went from 15 to 22 at halftime, 46 to 24. Dario Kamabats tried to get the schoolboys going in the second half, this jumper accounting for 2 of his 14. But the Lakers went on a tear. First, we had Allman fighting Burkett for the 3. Then an interception by Burkett. Allman runs the floor, and he gets the layup under some duress, but he made it. Then Burkett driving, stops, finds Gemma. He has the bank shot, as the Lakers go on to win by 33, 87 to 54. Meanwhile, First Works Warriors missed an opportunity to join Lakers in a tie for the lead when they lost game number 2 last night to Rollaway St. John Sonics 60 to 57. Stefan Clark had a game-high 22 points for Sonics, while Warriors were led by Jamar Headley with 14. The defeat leaves Warriors in a tie for second place with Jackson and the Cavaliers on 27 points, but Warriors and Jackson have a game in hand. Back to cricket after a week of camping in Barbados following the regional under-19 tournament in Guyana. The West Indies under-19 squad is currently on its way over to India for a quadrangular under-19 series, which will run from September 27th to October 7th. Led by Barbadian Craig Brathwaite, the 15-man squad departed the Grantley Adams International Airport this afternoon to play against Australia, Sri Lanka, and host India. The coach says it is a good warm-up for the young regional team ahead of next year's under-19 World Cup in Australia.
We went to Dubai and we played against Australia. We did reasonably. We did very well. We don't know a lot about India and Sri Lanka, but what we're going to do is focus on our own game, and once we cover the bases and stick to the game plans, we should be okay. We've been away now for the last 3 weeks, so the key thing now is to get to India and try to adjust to the pitches as soon as possible.
The West Indies under-19s will open their series against Sri Lanka under-19s on September 27th. English county side Somerset joins Trinidad and Tobago in the main draw of the Champions League 2020 by beating Kolkata Knight Riders by 11 runs in Hyderabad today. Peter Trago hit 70 as Somerset posted 166 for 6. The Knight Riders never recovered from the early loss of their captain Jacques Callis, falling short on 155 for 8, despite 46 of 31 balls from Ryan Tendescata.
The extra pace coming in handy, just over cover. And he's got the distance on that one.
It's a good shot. That's raced away for 4. Oh, it's the scoop shot. A brilliant shot from Compton. It doesn't work for Trego. It's going to be a comedy of errors. It's going to be a run out. Should be out. Trego's going to run himself out.
Oh, trouble at the non-strikers end. Bislav in for it. Kallis had not even moved. He'll go after him today. Or worse to that effect. It's going to carry, has it? Yes, it has.
It's bowled in right through his defense.
Now, is that what they need? Is that it for the Kolkata Knight Riders? Brett Lee, hang on, you've not won the game, Brett. There's still another 3 balls to be bowled.
But that is huge relief. They're a dangerous side.
Somerset are going to win this game. Eventually, it might seem for Kolkata Knight Riders that it was irrelevant, but don't forget, Somerset have won this cricket match. Well played. Somerset have qualified for the next stage.
The defeat for Kolkata was still enough for them to also progress to the main draw as the best runner-up. While Somerset go through as Pool B winners with that win, the Knight Riders still advanced by virtue of a better net run rate, better than the Pool A runners-up, Rahuna Rhinos, who defeated another England side, Leicestershire, earlier in the day in the final Pool A game.